Hey guys, time for a real honest review, and today we're going to give you a review of Lost Ark. This is a new MMO to the North American regions. It is an older game, so be warned. It is already a couple years old from another country. I forget which one, but yeah, it is basically, if you want to know the rundown of this game, it is a copy of Diablo and WoW put together. It's like they had a baby and then they monetized the crap out of it. That is the basics of it. So you're going to get all the basic features that Diablo would have as you run around on your map like this. You've got your combat moves. Every class in this game is based on the same fundamental thing, that they're all basically going to be equal, and it doesn't matter what you really pick because you can't do anything different with them. There's no tanks and there's no healers. This is like a solo adventure made multiplayer, and the multiplayer is basically just another way to get a cash grab because if they want to sell you skins and different colored pets and stuff like that. And this, I'll show you how monetized this really is. We'll go into the store here, and it's laggy, and here we go. We'll go over to the currency exchange. You buy with real money, you buy currency, which you trade it for gold, which you trade it for other crystals, and those crystals used to buy stuff. Gold is used to buy stuff. You have 3 different currencies, all meant just to confuse the crap out of you. Just so you don't know how much you're really spending on the store. And then you get to the store here, you can buy things with the different currencies right here, and there's just tons of stuff you can buy. As you can see, there's all different things here, and this is just a basic store. And as you can see, here's the basic currency you get. This is what you earn when you fight guys, so you don't even get gold by fighting guys. You get this from completing quests, and you have to use the auction house. Now, the auction house, at least, is not as horrible as WoW's auction house, and you have to be like level 20 or something like that, or level 20 or 30 to get into it in the first place. Before you even have access to the auction house, you have to be level 30 and do a bunch of quests, so that stops all the spammers. There's also a heavy price to pay on deposits and stuff like that. Auction house will take 5% of everything. So and there is no minimum, like in how and WoW you had a 0.99 copper. There's none of that junk going around in this game here. So there's nobody's going to be buying and selling stuff and selling it for 1 copper cheaper. Not in this game, no. There's a huge price, so market manipulation is a little bit harder to do. Well, actually, it's a lot harder to do, and you need a lot of resources to get it covered, and a lot of things to do. A lot of things evolve just to try and make a bit of extra buck, and at the end of the day, it's probably not worth your time to do it. It's probably better off just to go out and farm stuff and sell it. Like in this game, you can farm anything you want. It goes up in difficulty, and that's a copy of WoW, and then there is just it's basic. It's just basic mechanics on the farming aspect of this game. But yeah, as I was going to say here, all the combat is basically you get a mount and you have different mounts. So there's lots of different cool little mounts you can get to try and impress people. And there's your pet right there. You can see this little pet. You get the free rabbit there. As you can see his name, Put Me in Stew. That's where they belong. But yeah, you just run around like this, and there's tons of guys here, and then you fight guys like this. And they pathfind. There's just usually tons of guys everywhere, tons of people, and then you just, kill them all. So that is basically what combat is like throughout the whole thing, is you find guys like that, and then you can just sit there and you pound them with regular attacks and so forth. So that is what the game is like when you're playing it around. You run around like that, and you just do quests, and you got to keep mounting up just to go a little bit faster than running. So it's kind of annoying in that regard. It takes too long to mount up, and the mount doesn't go very fast. But it's better than walking and running around. But yeah, you go around the maps like this, and this will get very complicated. Here is your teleport system. You teleport like this, just like in Diablo, but it costs you money. This is a close teleport. You can see it's 15 silver, but if I go far away, it's going to cost a whole bunch more. And you can't teleport through different continents. They have ships for that. So you can go into the larger world map somehow here. View the world map. So this is the world map. And this is where I'm right now. I'm just over in this here country here. This is the starting country. And they have different sections you can go into. And this is all the different ports. And if you want to go over to here, you have to go over to here, get on your boat, and you have to sail around. And there's different things you can do sailing. Visit different islands you can't see. You have to zoom in and see there's little islands you go to collect stuff. And this is a huge collection game thing. As you can see, there's You can see the 0 out of 6 out of there. All these islands and all these places collect those seeds. It is hugely collectible. If you're gonna play this game, you're gonna spend hours and hours and days and maybe even months just to get through it all, to get into the collectibles. And you'll have to follow major guides to do it. Like, this is just the one right here. And these are small items here. But look at this, 1,200. You got to find 1,200 of these seeds, which are located everywhere, and it tells you how much you've collected. Now, I tried to go and search everything as best as I could, just by eyeballing it and checking out every location, and I didn't even get half. You're going to have to follow the guys on how to get into these areas. So I got half in that area, and about half in that area too. So, you know, just flying around and searching every nook and cranny isn't going to be enough for you to collect them all. And of course, you collect all these things, you get bonuses to your character and stuff. Well, that's not the bonuses, it's the reward info here. So you can go there, and once you get enough collected, you can turn them in for rewards, and that will boost your character stats. And now let's go to your character stats. Everything is going to have, you're going to have like a full boat of skills to start off with. Let me get off my mount here again. I can't do it in the screen. Pain in the butt. So let's go back here to skills. Okay, your skills. You start off with a whole bunch of skills. They don't teach you anything about them. You just get them. So you're gonna get, this is your attack bar. You have 8 different keys. So you're moving around with your mouse, and you're trying to use these keys to do all your attacks. So you have tons of attacks. You level up your skills, and then when you level up, you get access to more skills. So you're gonna get to pick and choose your skills, and then they have different abilities that you can pick. So this is your whole choice that you get to pick. You get to pick your class and pick its special abilities, and then you get to pick this stuff here. This game here is also heavily built on your roster, which is your number of guys. So this isn't like a solo game. You don't really play it with just one character. They're encouraging you to get multiple characters, even though it doesn't really matter because they're all built to basically the same thing. Some of them might be a little bit better for raiding than others because they have better party abilities, that kind of thing, but there's no tank and healer to speak of basically like that. So you're basically all DPS guys going in there and trying to kill stuff. So, and PvP, of course, too. So it's got the PvP and the raids and the dungeons and all that kind of stuff. And it has all the major flaws that Warcraft didn't address until later on, and that this game didn't really copy to. And that major flaw is waiting for world bosses to spawn. That is really annoying, waiting for like 6 hours or 12 hours for a boss to spawn. You don't know when they spawn. You have to look it up. Another annoying feature. You have to look up stuff to find out when things are going to spawn and where they're going to spawn, unless you ask somebody and they're going to be nice enough to actually tell you and show you the location themselves, which doesn't really happen. And then, of course, queuing for dungeons. The dungeons have 4 people. You have to be at the dungeon to queue so far, and they fixed that in Warcraft, but not in this game. And when you queue them, there's the first time thing. You go in there and there's cutscenes, and then some of them you can't skip if it's your first time. And you go there, and of course they want to do fulfilling requests, and you have to do it on normal and hard. And then when you go in there and queue on hard, after you searched out everything in the normal mode, which is technically what you should be doing, right? Since you got to do both anyways. The proper thing to do is go in the normal mode, check out everything, get through all the cutscenes, go to hard, and then queue up with people to make it faster and have some fun with other people and see what they can do. And then get it done that way. But of course, it doesn't happen that way because there's always going to be 1 out of the 4 douchebags that are going to sit there and not have it done, and they won't skip. They don't skip the cutscenes. That means you can't skip the cutscenes, and you have to watch them all. And some of them are like a minute, 2 minutes long, and they keep doing that for each cutscene throughout the dungeon, and it gets incredibly boring and tiresome to try and watch that and put up with that just to go through there and get your achievements unlocked. You know, your adventure tomb. So this is the adventure tomb, which is more collectibles. You got to get drops off guys. You got to kill special guys in their locations. You got to kill the world boss. You have to find vistas and stuff like that, just so you can unlock all these little bonuses here. And some of them are good. This one here is +5 to all your stats for all your roster guys. So everybody will get this, and you'll get permanent stat increases on all your guys. So it's kind of useful to do it. And you get, like, you know, a legendary thing for your stronghold. So yeah, you get a stronghold just like in Warcraft. You had a garrison, and you have the same type of thing, but this is more monetized. Everything takes more time to do, and of course you can buy speed ups. You can buy pretty much anything you want in the store and everything like that. As long as you're spending money on it, they're happy to make you waste your time to do simple things, which is, you know, kind of makes it really cheesy, but, you know, That's the way it is. So graphics wise, we can look at right here. The graphics look pretty okay, and it's an older game and it's new. But there is tons of things you can do. We watch this guy here. He's trying to level up. I don't know what he's trying to do. He's not just doing regular attacks. Maybe he's just being a goof. Who knows? Who knows what other people are doing around here? But yeah, you just run around. You can see the special effects. I'll try and find, where's that guy again? I'll show you another special effect on this guy. Where did he go? There he is. So it's all about special effects and different abilities and things like that as you level up your skills to make them stronger. And it's the basic, simple thing that Diablo has that they copy, and they copy off the the Warcraft multiplayer stuff. So you have multiple players just to basically annoy you most of the time, and they have different emotes and stickers in their chat. Nobody seems to be chatting in here right now. Oh, and there's different channels you can go into, which means the server is pretty full, and this area is pretty full of people, and they only have a certain number of people that can actually be in this channel. So that kind of kills the multiplayer vibe. And of course, you can see the maps are like this, right? And then you go teleport to the next area. So they're area maps with static things in there. You can't interact with the terrain or anything like that. You can't destroy barriers and all that kind of things. It's, it's Diablo. So there's nothing original about this game. It's just basically a multiplayer cash grab. As far as MMO goes, I wouldn't give up any MMO you're playing. But if you want to play something different and play something new, go ahead and try this. It's free. Just don't spend anything on it. I don't recommend you spend a dime on this game because it's too much of a money grab. And if you want to, have a nice looking mount or silly looking pet, then go right ahead and waste your money. Go back to the old Fortnite days where you buy a skin to play. Yay. Awesome. But yeah, there is just, it is a big, huge time sink if you want to play this game. If you got nothing better to do, I wanted to get up to the level 50 and see what opened up, and it wasn't very much. You have to actually go with the item level to get into raids and stuff like that, as usual. And I don't know what else to show you. This game is basically the play value on the game on what you can do is like a 7 out of 10. And it's not original. It's just a basic MMO that's like a fake MMO because you don't really do very much for multiplayer online. And the multiplayer is pretty small. Basically by the size, because like in your guild size is like 30, and in Warcraft it was 1,000. So there's not many people on these servers comparatively because they want to keep the lag down. And then of course lag is a big issue. When you get lots of people, you get lots of rubber banding, and of course it's up for hackers. There's tons of hackers. There's gold spammers everywhere trying to sell their gold that you have to sit there and try and ignore them all. It gets to be a hassle because they don't want to do anything about it. They don't stop chat bots. They don't stop farming bots, and then hackers will come in here and slow this down to like 500 MS or something like that. So your ping is basically garbage, and you rubber band all over the place until they're done cheating the system and getting their free stuff that they can sell to people, so they can continue on doing their cheap stuff by selling their gold on websites and stuff like that. So it's a game like that, very monetized, a lot of time wasted waiting for events. And of course, everything's monetized, where if you actually want to get ahead with your character, you're going to have to spend months and months and months to collect everything and get everything up to par. Just so some guy that has, some drug dealer can come in there and say, hey, I spent like $5,000 on this game and I got all this cool stuff, and you didn't spend anything, and you suck at this game and I don't want to play with you, blah, blah, blah. The same thing that they did in Fortnite is probably going to end up like that here. That kind of mentality is already happening. I've seen it in guild chat. Not in guild chat, sorry, regular chat, not my guild chat. But yeah, that is what it is. So it would be like a 7 out of 10 for play value and a 2 out of 10 for monetization. Oh my god, it's crazy. I wouldn't trust it anything at all in this game for that value right there. Overall, if you want to play an MMO that's new, for us at least, and on the North America side, try it out if you're bored of Diablo and WoW, because I don't, they're kind of get boring and old, and this is the new hot game people are playing. So go ahead and try this out if you want. I don't recommend buying anything on it, and I really don't recommend getting heavily invested in a game like this anyways. it is just fun to go around there and slaughter stuff. That's basically what it is. Go around, kill stuff. I think you got a big enough picture of what the gameplay is like. There's tons of different things you gotta do, emotes and songs. You talk to player, get their things up there, and there's just a ton of, like, I'll show you the last thing here. Like, look at this. I'll show you this escape menu. These are all the different things you got to go into and keep checking on all your different things. Get a good look at. There's tons of achievements. There's titles. There's cards. Oh my god, there's like everything. You have your regular gear, like, yeah, but then you have skins and virtues, like, oh, you can buy your skins and change what you look like. That's the monetization. And you have other basic stats for interacting with people, and you have engravings, and then you have gems, which I don't even have unlocked yet, and then you have cards, and you pick a card deck that give you certain set bonuses in doing them, and of course you do other things like that. And then there's collectibles, and there's tons of things on the adventure tomb, your collectibles, you get your how friendly you are with people. Like, tons of people here that I've met so far that you have to build up their reputation with to get, and that's just, you know, doing emotes, and of course that's monetized as well, as is everything is monetized. Yeah, that's about it. There's just so much stuff. There's different things you can do, and I don't know, I can show you the inventory here. It's kind of annoying. You got pets and things you can buy and dismantle your gear. Little quest items. Farming items. Inventory, yeah. It's all basically there. You got your quest. You got all the different things you can do. It's run around in Diablo and pretend you're playing Warcraft. That's what the game is. So I hope you enjoyed this real review and you learned enough about it as it is. Can be very complicated to get into, and there's just tons and tons of stuff you're going to have to learn to do with this game and get involved in it. And there's a lot of running around and a lot of cutscenes, and the cutscenes are so slow and dramatic because, you know, they weren't made by Canadians or Americans or anybody like that. They were made for other country, and they have their other country's flair, which is, you know, slow for us over here. The way they talk and how slow it is and all that kind of stuff doesn't keep my attention, and I got a low attention span. So it's like escape, you know, quit, you know, get out of these cutscenes as fast as you can. The storyline kind of blows. It doesn't resonate with us really. But some people want to see them all and waste your time doing it when you're trying to team up with other players. So that is it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you liked the review.